Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I kind of want to set the tone here right off the bat. It's gonna be an unfiltered video, right? It's probably gonna be long winded. There's probably gonna be a lot of repeated stuff. It's just not gonna be the normal content that you're used to seeing provided from me. And I think a lot of this is very important. And I think that as a content creator who I have always strived to build a community, whether that's via YouTube itself or Discord community, and I've always wanted to be more transparent with my audience, right, and my viewers in general. And unfortunately, I don't know why it's taken me this long to try to open up a little bit, to you guys and offer some transparency when it comes to my thoughts and how I feel about stuff, or how I see the future of my channel, and not only my channel but also myself and my family, and just in general, kind of what my whole, I don't know, my daily thought process goes into this whole YouTube and content creation thing. So, as you guys saw from the title, we'll just rip the band-aid off right off the bat. You know, I think I have kind of hit a burnout period in not only just my YouTube side of things, but I think just Cookie Run Kingdom in general. You know, I think I've kind of I've played the game now for over 2.5 years, and I have kind of done everything that I feel like that I could have achieved in the game at whatever I had, whether that being limited by time, or being limited by money, or by being limited by content, like you name it. I think I've pretty much covered every aspect of the game up until this current state of the game at this moment. And I just want to preference stuff by saying that I don't think that there's anything that Cookie Run Kingdom has done wrong to aid in this. I honestly think this is more of something that, like, I've kind of done to myself. And I mean that in a sense of, anybody that's been watching my channel for the entire time I've been on YouTube, I mean, it's been what, over 3 years now. I think April, coming up in April, I think, was the start of my fourth year. So I think technically I'm in like my fourth year. But my very first year on YouTube, it was all centered around, during COVID is when I got started making YouTube videos. And I kind of just got this, I was curious, right? I had friends that were content creators that was in the mobile gaming space. So I kind of understood how it was, how it worked and what you had to do. But I had just this burning curiosity. I had this burning curiosity. I had this burning, like, motivation inside of me that was like, can I do it? If I just focus and I just put, my time and energy, and into this, what can happen? What can prosper? And I was amazed. I think I did really, really well for my very first year on YouTube. I put in a ton of time. I can't remember how many videos I ended up on my very first year on YouTube, but I mean, it was something crazy. It was a wild number. I think my very first year, if I remember correctly, I think I was at 800 or 900 something videos. I mean, like, it was crazy. Like, I was pumping out, daily videos right off the get-go. And obviously they weren't good videos, right? I mean, going back and looking at all that stuff, I mean, obviously you learn, the more content that you make and that you put out, but overall, I mean, I guess the whole point of me, bringing you guys back to this was I really enjoyed the process, like, I really enjoyed playing games, and just any game, I would pick a game, play it for a couple of weeks. I mean, beat the game or achieve whatever I wanted to achieve in that game, make content around that game. And, when the hype died for the game, or whenever I, lost interest in the game, then I would just move on to something else, and we would just rinse and repeat. And I actually really did enjoy that. It brought a lot of, freshness, to my content, in my opinion. It kept things, alive for me and stuff. And basically, then Cookie Run Kingdom came along. Cookie Run Kingdom came along. I believe I was sitting at 10,000 subscribers at the time. And I mean, blessed as I am, I mean, Cookie Run Kingdom did amazing, for my channel, and it brought me from 10,000 subscribers, up to what, 8,000 now, 88,700 subscribers, almost 81,000 subscribers, which is insane. I could have never imagined that I would be sitting here, at this moment from playing Cookie Run Kingdom for, over 2 years. So obviously I think that, I owe that, to that, game and that community, and the developers and stuff. And I absolutely have, like I said, in the beginning, I have nothing wrong, with Cookie Run Kingdom, whatsoever. I just think that, I think I've just played my time in the game. I think I have put in, 2.5 years, worth into this game. And, it's just, I've just kind of hit a point where the content isn't feeling fun. I don't feel, that I enjoy, what I mean, coming home and wanting to make, 3 videos, to try to keep up with the meta in the game, or make this video because this thing just dropped. And if I don't make it, somebody else is going to make it, and I don't know. I've just kind of lost that drive, when it comes to making content for a game that I'm no longer, like actively excited, to jump in and, and play immediately. Um, and I don't know. It's hard. It's very, very hard. And I just wanted to kind of open up to you guys, kind of be as much, as much transparent. I feel like that's not correct English, but you get what I'm saying. I wanted to be more transparent with you guys, and kind of just let you in, on how I'm feeling and what the direction is and what direction I kind of want to go, with my YouTube channel, and, what you guys can expect, because again, not only do I want to just open up the floor for more transparency like this, for future videos and stuff, and the future content for the channel, but I just feel like it's important, and I just want you guys to know where I'm coming from, because I wouldn't be here, if it wasn't for you guys, with the love and the support that you've always shared. So I don't know. I mean, I guess, starting things off, from the title, I'm done. I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression here. I'm not done playing Cookie Run Kingdom, in the, entirety. I think currently at the moment, I think I'm very much on a log in and do your dailies kind of basis. It doesn't take me that long to do that. I also do like to check out the new updates. I like to see, what's new, maybe test out the new cookie, do that, some of that sort of stuff. And I definitely don't think that's going to change anytime soon, especially because, Dev Sisters now have finally decided, to reach out to their partner, to their creators and stuff, and offer them sponsorships and everything. And once again, I'm not trying to shoot any shots or, any blows at anybody. But yeah, it's taken over 2.5 years, for something like that to actually start to happen. Which is good. I don't want to sabotage that, obviously, that is a great, experience. And I hope that it becomes, even better, in the future for, not only myself, but other creators. But so, obviously that's not going to go anywhere. I definitely think that I'm going to cut back on my Cookie Run Kingdom content, though. I think that you're probably going to start seeing a lot more variety here on the channel. There's a couple of games that I have on mind. I know for a fact that one of the biggest ones that I'm being part of right now, when it comes to testing, from the alpha stages and, beta stages and everything, and that's Palia. Palia is for those of you that don't know, Palia is a very, community-based, cozy simulation, type, Stardew Valley kind of meets Animal Crossing, type game, but more of like a third person over the shoulder view. And I absolutely love it. I enjoy the community. The partner program seems absolutely insanely good, for the development team. I've got a good relationship with the developers already. And I think that'd be something that, I would love to dive into. We've got tests and everything coming out, for the game very soon, actually. I think the August 2nd, I think, is the closed beta test. And then the open beta test is like August 10th. And that open beta, from my understanding, progress will carry into the game's official launch. So obviously I'm excited about that. We have Dev Sisters' newest game coming out, which is Brick City. Again, another cozy little, simulation, city builder game. Definitely, I think it would pair really, really well here on the channel. Not only for my audience, for you guys, because, a lot of you guys love building aspects. You love that kind of, style of stuff. The game is still on mobile, so that's also going to be another big factor for a lot of you guys. And I'm interested in it. I think it would also pair well with something like Palia. because they're both cozy, simulation games. One will be played on your phone, the other one can be played on the Switch or on the PC. Again, I think, I mean, that's kind of what my direction is, I guess, going forward. I think just I'm going to try to introduce more games to the channel, and I apologize, apologize for not being, very transparent with you guys, as the years have went on. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I just felt, being distant from, any sort of humanism, I guess is a term. I guess it was just better. I don't know why, but I just felt that it was better, and, being more professional and everything. But, unfortunately, that just kind of separated me, from, the human aspect of my content and my viewers. And and again, I just kind of want to bridge that gap, between us, as a community. And I'm going to tell you right now, the truth is I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. I'm very nervous. Very scared to change content here on the channel because if you know anybody YouTubers that are out there, or content creators out there, you probably understand and know exactly what I'm feeling. It's a scary thing when you switch content, especially when you've made a single game, your channel's main source of content, if not all of your source of content, for over 2.5 years. I mean, it's a big, 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 big change. And I understand the severity of it. I mean, that's kind of why this decision has been as very hard as it has been. I understand that, views are going to drop. Less content on Cookie Run Kingdom, being published, is going to result in less views potentially. That revenue is going to drop because the views are going to drop, so, the monthly income that comes in from that is also going to be, diminishing until I can pick my feet up in another game, to generate more, views and revenue in something else. And I just want to, open the floor to you guys. I mean, I want you guys to decide. Are you, do you want to, stay and support me, in any endeavor that I do? You know what I mean? Whether that's just, tuning into the live streams, or, checking out the videos, or, whatever the case may be, then that's awesome. I would thank you guys, tremendously, and really, really appreciate that. But, unfortunately, the truth is it's not for everybody. So if you guys, for whatever reason, decide that you want to leave, or go, somewhere else because I'm not making Cookie Run Kingdom content solely, or, whatever, then that's understandable too. I can't judge you, or, I can't be upset about that. You guys have put in, the time and work and love and support, this entire time. And I appreciate, everything you guys have done, and continue to do, and then speaking to the other YouTubers out there, I mean, I think, one thing to understand is, I do get, the YouTube algorithm. I do understand, the dynamic of this decision. I understand the negative drawbacks to doing this. I understand that it could potentially hinder my growth. I understand that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort, to kind of change the channel up into a variety type channel, versus being niche. I understand all of that kind of stuff. But one thing that I feel like a lot of people, at least my YouTube friends that I have, forget, is that my situation is completely different. And what I mean by that is that I'm very blessed and very fortunate, to have a full-time job, that pays more than enough, for my bills, and my wife also works a full-time job, and pays more than enough for, on our bills. And so, I'm very fortunate to have that, where I don't necessarily rely on YouTube's revenue or making money from my content, to support my everyday life. And although I want to get to that point with my content, to where I can quit my, day job eventually to do nothing but make content, that's that's not the case, right? That's not exactly what this is. So, anyways, that's probably going to be it. I've been rambling. I've been rambling for quite some time now. So obviously I'm going to cut it here, but I just wanted to get that out there, get it off my chest. I've been really, really thinking about it. It's been keeping me down, keeping me in the dumps. I've been, really, really stressing with it, mentally. And I just, again, I wanted to put it out there, and, thank you guys very much for all the love and the support, and the continued love and support. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you. Have a good one.